What if I told you there's an actual formula that, when put into place, can completely transform your life? Now, I'm not talking about, hard work, grind, and adopting that hustle harder mindset, having a 10-year master plan, or like me, struggling and trying to force yourself to do things that you didn't want to do, but you thought that you had to do. What if it was as easy as just following what excites you? Right? Sounds simple. Well, that's exactly the problem. Most people overcomplicate it. They overcomplicate life, chasing things that they should do instead of listening to the signals that's coming deep within. What's up, everybody? LJ back with another video that bringing a message that if you incorporate into your life what I'm about to tell you, you can radically change it. Okay, see, for years, I chased things, doing things that I thought that I should do. Okay, that hustle harder mentality, grind. I thought I always had to be working hard or I was failing, doing something. In fact, I took pride in the fact that I worked so hard. And I never truly grasped the impact and understood the consequences it was having on my family. I was always working all these hours thinking that I'm providing for them, but really, they don't care about the money, this, that, and the next thing. They cared about time, and I was robbing them of valuable time. Right? And I forced myself down paths where I thought it would bring me, joy or happiness or whatever, but they just left me feeling empty. And where did that get me? A life of addiction, arrest, prison, hitting rock bottom so many times that, I bounced up. I don't know how many times. I don't even know what I was saying there. But anyway, the and I've constantly been on a journey of learning new things, and I believe this is all divinely guided, and I believe we find things at the right time. Like if you're finding this video right now, it's at the right time. Okay, I found this thing. It's called Bashar's Formula. Now, I found this through a guy called Pete Sapper. He's the one that wrote this book, Creation is Finished. Now, I've been following Pete for a few years now, and he's just released his book. That's why I bought it. But today I'm going to break it down so it makes sense and show you how you can apply it in your life starting from today. So, first of all, what is Bashar's formula? Bashar's a multi-dimensional being who channels through a guy called Dan. I can't remember his last name, but it's a 5-step formula, right? So the first step is follow your highest excitement, and every moment take action on what excites you the most. Now, with that, also within your ability and your means. Now, the second step is do it to the best of your ability and take it as far as you can go until you cannot take it further. Third step is act on your excitement, passion with absolute no insistence, assumption, or expectation on what the outcome should be. Step 4, choose to remain in a positive state regardless of what's happening. And step 5, constantly investigate your belief system. Replace and release the unpreferred or unwanted beliefs, your fear-based beliefs, and the beliefs that are not aligned with who the person that you want to be. Okay, so that's the 5 steps. So let's break them down, right? So step 1, follow your highest excitement. Now, your excitement, think of it as your internal compass, right? These are not just random emotions. It's a direct signal from your higher self, the God within, the inner voice that's constantly guiding you towards the path that you're meant to take. Now, a lot of people get confused and they think, oh, well, it has to be, super big and exciting. No, these don't have to be big, massive, life changing decisions. These can be simple decisions like going for a walk instead of sitting on the couch. Whatever it is that excites you in that moment, and it doesn't have to be massive. It could be just if you've got two choices, right? What one excites you the most, right? The key is to act on whatever excites you the most in every single present moment, right? Just look, for example, my YouTube journey, right? When I first thought about creating this channel, it was 5 years ago, right? I had so many doubts, why would anyone care? I would be judged about talking about what I was wanting to talk about, especially when it was came to spirituality. What if I failed? Right? Every time I had these thoughts, right? These were doubts and they were stopping me from taking the action that was going to excite me. Right. But when I came across this formula and I understood it, right? Then I started to follow my excitement. Okay, and when I started my YouTube channel, I was excited, right? And now every single time I think about me making a video, there's something inside that lights me up. I'm always excited about, researching it. There's always something inside me that's excited about taking that step, right? So see, instead of worrying about, the end result, just go with what excites you in that moment. Okay, you don't know how big it can end up. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about following your excitement in the present moment, right now, where you are. Okay, it's not about uh, thinking 5 years in the future. It's about what excites you in this moment in time, and follow that. Right, and follow it to the best of your ability, because you could be feeling stuck in your life. You could be questioning reality, searching for more, and you don't know what to go. Right, the highest excitement is just right now in this moment. You could pick up a book instead of watching Netflix. Right, that might excite you. Start a hobby that makes you feel alive. Right, you don't have to have it figured out. Just take the first step that excites you. Always, and this, you have to be aware of what's exciting you. Right, you have to be aware, and that's why awareness is the first step to creation. So step two, to act to the best of your ability. Now, this doesn't mean that you just throw logic out the window, right? So if you've got a job, it doesn't mean just quit your job and move to Bali if that excites you, because if you've got a family to support, you can't just drop everything. It's what it means. It says take action in a way that fits your current situation, right? So see, when I started YouTube this time, right, it was very different to what it was in the past, but I didn't have it all figured out. I didn't know what I was going to be starting my channel on. I didn't know the videos I was going to be creating. I just knew that I wanted to do it. So I just started making videos, and I was allowing the next step to be presented to me. I didn't have a big master plan. I just kept focusing on the small steps, and over time the momentum's grown bit by bit. Right. So you might be called to, look at a new career, right? But you've got financial responsibilities, right? So you don't have to just go and quit the job. It's about starting to learn what excites you about in that field. Take the small actions, maybe take a course, maybe go to a networking event, a side project, just keep it flowing within your current means. Okay. And then we go on to step number 3, right? You about you're not attached to any outcome. And this is where a lot of people get messed up, right? So they follow their excitement, and they're focusing obsessed on the results. What if it doesn't work out? What if nobody notices? What if this, that, and the next thing? And then when things don't immediately go right, they quit. And this is the thing, right? Your excitement is about the journey. It's not the destination. You don't know what the universe has in plan for you. You don't know how you're going to get to that end result. Right. So see, by attaching to certain outcomes, you're removing endless possibilities, because you don't know the path that you're going to go. You don't have to have every step figured out. Right. And see, for example, right, if I would have been attached to the success, instant success on YouTube, I would have quit after my first few videos. I wouldn't even be doing this video, because right now I don't have a lot of people watching me. Right, I'm grateful for the subscribers that I do have. Right, but I'm not doing it for an outcome. I'm doing it because something within me knows that this is right, and it excites me more than anything else in my life right now. And because I'm detached from the results, I'm not even checking my analytics. And that's the God's honest truth, right? I'm just focused on creating the next video and what's exciting me. And every single day I'm getting new inspiration, and I'm excited about it. And it's I can honestly, I haven't felt this good in a long time. Right. And it ripples throughout my whole life, my family, everything. So, you know, you let's, for example, say you start meditating, right? Because that's something that excites you and you've wanted to try, right? And you're thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to be enlightened. And then after the first week, nothing's happening. There's nothing changing, right? And you're thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to bother with this. It's not working. You have to trust the process, right? Stop trying to force results. You'll notice things start to change when they're meant to change, right? There's no time frame on this. If you are always following your excitement in the present moment, then you will be constantly guided to where you're supposed to go. Okay, and then step 4 is remaining in a positive state. Now, this is so important. No matter what happens, Trust everything is happening for you, right? If something isn't working, it means it's redirecting you to something better. If challenges come up, they're showing you that you still have to grow in certain areas, right? And in my whole life, I've been, dealing with this, and where I think that I'm not getting progress, right? Doubts creep in, and then I quit. Okay, but this time on my journey, it's different. I'm still having those doubts. I'm still having those fears, right? But they're not controlling me anymore because I keep reminding myself as I know that what I want is coming, right? I know that every step I'm taking is leading me there. So any doubts or fears, I know that's just my old identity trying to keep me pulled back in. So I already believe I have the success. I say I believe that, right? Uh, that I'm moving. That's why I'm taking the action that way, because I'm taking the action with the belief that I have the success, right? And I continue to take the action. Now, I still get the doubts, I still get the fears, but you know what? They're not stopping me, because that's the first step. Question every belief that's holding you back. Because every single challenge, every setback, it's a reflection of your own beliefs. So now I question these beliefs, right? I question why is that holding me back? Is that really a true belief, or is that based on past? And all of these beliefs are based on your past. Okay, what story am I telling myself? Right? And yeah, when I started this, I was afraid of judgment, and to a certain degree, I might still be a little bit afraid of it, afraid of what people might think, but that's all cool. As long as I'm still taking action, regardless of that, then I'm building that belief, and then I'm erasing the doubts. Okay, because when I looked a bit deeper, the fear wasn't just about people on YouTube seeing me and people that I know seeing me. It was about a lifetime of me feeling like I was not good enough, that I had to prove myself. And once I had that realization, it kind of lost a lot of the power it had over me. So I'm just able to move forward just with a kind of knowing that as long as I continue to take the action and I continue to go with the highest excitement and I don't allow my beliefs to hold me back, I remain in that positive state, then there's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm going to continue moving forward, and there's going to be nothing but excitement in my journey, because that's what I'm always going to be looking for. I'm always going to be looking for the excitement. I'm not going to be, giving any energy to the doubts. Okay, and this is what it is. It's just about being present in the moment and asking yourself what excites me, right? So follow your excitement, do it to the best of your ability, act on your excitement and passion, and don't attach to the outcome. Remain in a positive state as much as possible, and then question your belief system. Okay, and this is a 5-step formula, and I promise you, if you start following this, you will start to notice a massive difference in your life. But it comes down to being aware of your state at all times. And this is why it's so important to build that awareness, to sit with yourself, reflect, and ask yourself questions, right? But this formula works, but it will only work if you use it. So ask yourself right now, what in my life excites me the most? What can I act on today, right? With no attachment to any outcome. Is it starting, a YouTube channel? Is it starting a project? Is it starting a podcast? Is it starting, writing articles? Right? Is it reaching out to somebody you're thinking of? Is it going to be starting to go to the gym? Just anything that excites you, whatever it is, do it. Okay? Because when you keep following that inner guidance, you will look back and you will see that you were exactly where you were meant to be. Okay, there's no accidents. Everything's in divine timing. So get in touch with that inner guidance system. Listen to it. What excites you? Take the action. Okay, and if this resonates with you, hit the like button, drop a comment, right, and tell me what are you going to take action on that excites you, right? Because I really want to know. I want people to commit to following their passions. This is why I do this. I'm here to inspire you to take action. Okay? And do you know why I do that? Because I love you. Because we are all one. Okay? So much love to you. Stay strong, stay aligned, and I'll see you on the next one. and I have another video right here for you. Love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.